Hey everyone, Brad the mechanic here. Today we're working on a 2004 Audi A6 2.7 liter bi-turbo, which doesn't really matter because we are changing the windshield wiper motor. So the windshield wipers stopped working. They're still connected, so the transmission is okay, as you can see, but the motor is not working. So what we're going to do firstly is we're going to start by taking off this weather strip right here. This kind of comes off like that. Then this piece is just going to come forward and come out of there, just like that. See? Okay. Now the windshield motor is going to be in here, just actually back behind here. So we're going to take this cowl piece off, and we're going to start by removing the little clip, or get a little screwdriver in here and pop these off, these covers, get the windshield wiper arms off, and then we'll be able to start taking this cowl off, because that's going to give us more room to access the motor itself. And then once you get these off, you're going to wiggle the arm a little bit, try to wiggle it back and forth. The other one came out a lot easier, but you're going to want to just kind of wiggle it a little bit, and then this is going to come loose, and they'll pop right off of there. As you can see right here, there is a little clip that you're going to pull out with the screwdriver, this clip right here, and that's pinching this cowl onto a little retainer there. So pop that off, and you'll be able to start popping this loose. And then there's some just retainers that hold it on the rest of the way. And one from the other side here. There you go. Just get down there and pull it out. And then this comes out. There's just some clips that hold it down. So you got to kind of tug on it and start from there and come down. And it'll pop. And just to remind myself, to remind you guys, there's a third clip right in the center here that holds all that. And then it comes out. Now once you get in here, you'll notice that this bolt is holding on the arms to the transmission for the wiper. Now look at the orientation of this, and you're going to want to put it back together the same way, because you can have this arm up here and it won't work right. So you're going to want to make sure that you have this so that the arms articulate the right way. And now that we have that bolt off, we can take, there's 3 10 mils, 1, 2, and 3 that we're going to take off, and it's going to start to loosen this transmission out of here so that we can then get to the plug in the motor on the back side of it. And I got back in here the plug with a flathead screwdriver. It's hard to see. Got in there with a flathead screwdriver and popped that off to help you move this a little bit, because now that those 3 bolts are loose, we just got to finagle this thing out of here. Alright, so I popped this off of the actual motor so that I could move this, and what I had to do in order to get this out was move this down here like this, and then you can see it comes out like that. So move that down, get this off, and that'll get it out of there. Alright, and just to make it a little bit easier, because it's kind of having a hard time fitting out, I'm going to take this top off of this thing. It's a couple 8 mils, and this is it'll slide right out of there then. And as you can see, once that comes out of there, this thing has a lot more room. I'm going to have to get 2 hands to get out of there. So now that we have this off of the car, we're going to take these 3 10 mils off and swap it with the new motor. So they actually sent me the wrong motor, but when you get this back on, okay, you're going to set this back in here. When you do, you're going to get that motor, the arm on there, but I wouldn't tighten it all the way. Get it so that it's going to move the things, and then get the wipers on there. Well, before you get the wipers on, you're going to come to each shaft. You're going to watch it. You're going to turn the motor on and watch what these things do. Because if they start off and then they go down, you're going to have to adjust your the main shaft of the wiper motor, because this died. So it was died in a position that it might be down here. So when I put the wipers there, you're going to have to figure it out. So before you put the wipers on, you're going to want to run the system, bolt it all together, run the system, and see what these things are doing. Okay? Because you're going to want to make sure that it just goes instead of, because sometimes if you have this in the wrong spot, it'll go down like this, and you don't want to attach your wiper and have it do that. So in order to do that, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time clocking these, making sure it's right, making sure it doesn't come down before it comes up. And in order to do that, you're gonna have to change the way this is bolted onto the motor. So you might have to adjust this a few times to get it just right. But I wanted to make sure I included that in the video because it's a very important thing to do, especially not to put the wiper arms on until you know that it's not going to go down on you when you turn the system on. So with that, thank you guys for watching. I don't care if you like and subscribe, I just want you to fix your shit, so go out there and fix it. All right, see ya.